What is going on, my frosty friends? My name is Wintercasice, and guys, I am so excited to say that I am finally playing Lake of Voices. Okay, so this game I've actually been following for the past couple of months. I saw it on Steam's Steam's future games. I was looking up some games that might be coming out, and I saw this little gem like 3 months ago, 4 months ago, and I was like, what? And I was looking at it. The more I looked at it, the more it looked awesome. It's a horror visual novel game. I really want to see what this game is like. Like, you guys have no idea. Excuse me. But basically, I'm so excited. We're just going to go ahead and get right into this. If you guys want to check out, if you guys want to support the developers, I'll leave a link in the description so you guys can play the game for yourself. Honestly, ooh, I can't wait. Let's go ahead and get started. I apologize for my eagerness. Okay. Choices. You'll need to make various decisions throughout Lake of Voices. Here are a few details to keep in mind. Certain choices are timed. Time running out isn't something to completely avoid. In some cases, not getting involved can open new possibilities. Other choices aren't timed. These options are only determined whether Kikia has any special affection for another character or not. If you survive until the second night, the story will branch into one of 5 different plot lines based on your earlier decisions. Oh my god! The other characters cannot manage all situations in the various plot lines, regardless of what you do. If a character isn't making it, try getting that plot with a different set of survivors, or having the same group of characters venture through some other storyline. Becoming closer to someone can add and or remove future choice options, and change how some scenes play out. Your decision to build that connection may not go unnoticed by the other characters. Earning the full amount of affection with certain characters can require getting into specific plot lines. Oh, wow! Oh my god, dude, this is awesome. So basically, like, character involvement and decisions can all affect how the story progresses, and that is cool. Oh my god. And plus the fact that like certain things are timed and all that, that's like super Until Dawn. Oh my god, this is so cool. Okay. My grip on my lantern tightens as the fog around us thickens. While the forests in this area are relatively safe compared to Sinloss, I can't help but feel my hair stand on end the further we get. Okay. My free hand fingers the hilt of my sword, something akin to a nervous reflex. Oh, I can understand that feeling.
Have you seen it before?
Oh my god, there's... No. But Mel breaks the silence, either sensing my unease or assuaging his hope. I hope it's the latter.
I haven't. I've had no reason to go near this cursed lake until now. What have you?
Oh, this is so cool. Bamel scratches his chin casually, as though I asked what his favorite food is.
I traveled the long way around it once before. Not so pleasant. Something about it just frays your nerves. Although, even being near it is enough.
Oh. I would just like to point out, game developers, if you are watching this, I doubt you'd watch my playthrough of this, but if you are watching this, really like the voice acting and the artwork. The artwork is really good. So I'm not the only one who feels it. A sense of relief hits me, but not enough to undo the buzzing of anxiety. The lake, Sinloss. Most try their best to avoid it all their lives. The hundreds who die attempting to cross it the hundreds who die attempting to cross its unearthly black water, dragged to death by the creatures lurking within, aren't a secret.
No wonder you were assigned this mission.
There are few who've had first-hand experience with this place. Even if from a distance, he'll probably keep being picked whenever they need someone to cross for however long he's with us. I mean, you know, it's like one of those things where, like, a survivor of a situation, like, he's considered an expert. Like, if you watch a horror movie, like, the survivor of that specific killer would be considered an expert. Even though, technically, all he did was survive. But Mel shrugs, bringing my attention back to the dark path before us.
At least we're taking the bridge this time. It'll only take 2 days instead of double that, and the sooner this place is behind us, the better.
Agreed.
It would be preferable not to risk it. But time is of the essence. We don't really have a choice.
What are we doing? That's my question. Yeah, we need to get through, but what's the goal? One of our allied villages, Himmer, is being harassed by brigadiers, a band of ruffians. We don't have many guards to send as an asset, only Bamel and myself. Oh, okay, that makes sense. This seems to take place in like olden days, so definitely brigadiers would be a really big problem at the time. At least we could do. The least we could do is arrive before we are too late to be of any use. That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. These kind of squabbles happen often, but have to be put down lest they turn into a blood grudge or all-out war. The last we heard, neither option was that far off. Oh, goody.
Also see why they chose you to come out here.
Oh, really? Oh, you're handsome. You know that? I glance at Bamel, an eyebrow raised. A slight smile plays across his face. Oh my goodness, she likes him.
You're always so calm, so serious. Nothing can get to you. You're the best choice they had.
Oh, stop. This is a horror situation. Romance gets us killed. My lack of reaction only makes his smile grow, and he chuckles a bit before refocusing on the path. I do the same. It wouldn't be right to let my guard down in a place like this. Bamel appears to feel differently, however.
You know the town on the other side of the lake, though. It's not so similar to ours. If all goes well, perhaps we'll have enough time to enjoy the new area.
Yay! And then we'll go the long way around as we avoid this place altogether. For the most part, I ignore him, nodding when applicable. Bamel is a talkative sort, and if chatting helps him keep his worries down and his sword hands ready, I have no complaints. So basically, Bamel kind of does the same thing. When I get a little nervous and everything, I tend to just talk a lot, more than usual. After a time, the thick fog surrounding us begins to clear. A slick wooden dock comes into view, and with it the sounds of water gently... Sorry, fly around my drink. So with the sounds of water gently lapping at its sides. Bamel shifts beside me, stretching his lantern arm as far as it will go. He seems tense.
Someone's already here.
Is there? Where? I don't see anybody. I mean, aside from that. Oh, a young woman stands by the dock, eyeing us warily. Does she intend to cross tonight? Evidently, she has the same question as we step up next to her. It's clear she isn't simply passing by. She's waiting. The stranger nods curtly to us. I like her hair and her glasses. Margaret, welcome.
Kika the Steadfast.
Oh, that's cool. Kika the Steadfast. Yes. Bemele. I apologize. I've been calling him Bamel, but it's Bemele. So, Kikia, Bemele, and Margaret. There's a stuffy silence. Margaret turns to gaze out across the lake, expression unclear, with not much to say. Gosh, I already forgot how to mispronounce it. Bemele. And I do the same. From here, the black surface of the lake looks disarmingly calm. Wind rushes across its surface, a sound like whispering. Though perhaps it actually is whispering, I concentrate trying to place the difference, searching for breaks and rhythm. After a few seconds, I feel foolish. This is so cool. Like, not only does this look really, really good, but like, honestly, I'm really liking this. I'm not gonna lie. If you don't see the evidence on my face, it doesn't matter what the noise is, whether I hear them or not. We're not alone. The Nixie are out there. A feeling that I can't quite shake tells us they've already noticed a little group of people on their shores. It feels hostile. Oh, cool! My stomach sinks, and I instead address Bemele.
Where is the guide?
Where's the guide?
Unless he's on the center island, or on the complete other side, your guess is as good as mine. It's dark as pitch out there.
Oh, goody. Panic rises inside me. Panic I try hard to quell.
We can't cross without him, and we need to get going soon.
Indeed. Hence my name is Kikia the Steadfast.
You can't cross with him either.
What? What do you mean? The woman behind us, Margaret, cuts in with something like a snort.
What?
What are you talking
I
about?
know the guide will be here tonight. I have already made arrangements with him to cross.
Really? Bemele and I share a look. The woman seems haughty and willing to put up a fuss. Oh, goody.
I have his word he'll take me today. It would be wiser for the two of you to begin the trip around if you're really and wait for him to make the trip back if you prefer.
What is your deal, Margaret? I don't need to turn my attention to Bemele to know he's riled up. I step in before he can say anything rash.
Even if that is so, my companion and I must begin the trip tonight.
What must be the case? Margaret is unimpressed and opens her mouth to argue further.
We'll wait for the guide to arrive before coming to a conclusion about any of this.
Agreed. She clamps her mouth shut and then lets out a sigh.
You can do as you like.
Thank you. I really like the voice acting for this, by the way. I've already said that, but I really like it. And Margaret's voice, it's nice and crisp. I like it. With the matter tentatively settled, Bemele moves away. His finger begins to tap loudly against the top of his hilt. He shifts from one foot to another, then groans.
What's that bastard even up to?
Hey, language! You don't know that. I almost visibly started to, but managed to restrain myself. He probably doesn't know any better. I'm sure of that. It's not worth mentioning.
With a mouth like that, you shouldn't even have the right to ask the guide to take you across.
I mean, she has a point. Bemele, you did kind of jump the gun and call him a very bad word, man.
How ludicrous. He's faced far worse than a bit of foul language.
I mean, that's true. But at the same, ludicrous or not, we should have some manners. Thank you very much.
Do you know anything that's happened with this lake?
Not a clue.
I know enough.
Do you? Margaret is clearly not convinced, but she shrugs and makes a show of turning her back to him, which I can't necessarily blame him. I can't blame her for doing that.
The guide's father is Garvin the Exemplar. Garvin never accepted the guide as his son, all the way up until he died in this lake. Your statement could be seen as tasteless.
Okay, yeah, now I can kind of see. Yeah, yeah, dick. Bemele rubs the back of his neck, his face regretful. There we go.
My apologies to the guide. I didn't mean it that way. I never knew about his... well...
Yeah, you should feel bad. A smile spreads across my face. One I quickly wipe away. He really did just misspeak. The silence slowly stretches. See, now that's how you can tell this guy is a good character. Just because of the fact that he's not just some douche. Because he actually feels remorse. The silence slowly stretches across the three of us, growing more awkward with each passing second. Margaret seems irritated and Bemele abashed. You're quite informed, Margaret. I'm sure you are forgiven, Bemele. Say nothing. Oh, the first decision. Excuse me. I could say nothing, but I feel like those two would start talking. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but I'm a comment. I'm a comment on Margaret, just for this one.
It's been years since the time of Garvin the Exemplar. It's impressive you knew.
Yeah. Margaret smiles, lifting her chin into the air. Oh, blushing! The over-exaggerated action is somehow pleasant rather than belittling. She's so much happier than I had anticipated.
Yes, I do like to stay informed. And you knew too. Good. This lake shouldn't be allowed to swallow even history itself.
Good.
My town, the one where I was born at least, was also Garvin's hometown. I was very young when he passed. The entire village went into mourning.
Aw, that's nice.
People broke down crying in the streets. I'll never forget it. He meant much to everyone who knew him.
Oh, wow. Okay, this is so good.
Oh, I have no such connections. I merely read about it.
Which is perfectly fine. You kind of look like a bookworm. And there's nothing wrong with being a bookworm. I read a lot of books myself, but she looks the stereotypical type of being a bookworm. She pauses, seeming to scan the air in front of her for something to say.
Sorry for your loss.
Killing the mood. Nah, it's okay. Margaret, I'm sorry for your loss.
It's all right.
Thank you. Aw, I really like the voice. I really like the voice acting. My town may have taken pride in Garvin the Exemplar and what he achieved, but we weren't the ones who lost the most. That would be his family. Aw, which we each remain locked inside our own thoughts, not another word passing between us. Oh man, eventually a small light appears on the bridge ahead, gently swaying through the foggy air. It gets closer and closer until it becomes apparent it's a figure carrying a lantern. Oh wow, there it is. But man, this game has some replay value. That must be the guide, although I can't shake the ghostly aura it gives off. The figure stepped onto the shore, but we wait for him to approach us instead of going to meet him. None of us are sure how close to the waters we can get before it is no longer safe, which is very fair if you know there are monsters. Oh wow, this is a very handsome man. He stops in front of us, and simply stares.
Are you the guide of Sinless?
Yes. The man nods. He has a sharp face and wary eyes. Again, very handsome.
Well, that's grand. We would like an escort across the lake.
But Melee motions to the two of us, and Margaret approaches, a strange smile on her face.
Hello, it's good to see you again. I'm ready to cross, as we've agreed on.
Interesting. The guide turns to face her as well, her face remaining unchanged. It must not be a lie. He would have had to say something otherwise. She really does have preference to travel with him. That's a problem.
Is there a way we can all begin the trip tonight?
Yes, I will allow all three of you to go. But with that many, at least one will die before we reach the other side.
What? Oh no! I furrow my brow. It's a disturbing addendum, and one offered with little emotion attached. But Melee glares back, asking without asking what we're supposed to do with such circumstances.
You should go around.
The sentence hangs in the air, the second half unspoken. If you want to live.
We don't have time for that. There are people counting on us for protection.
Dude!
Why does she need to go?
Okay, but Melee, I think this is one of those situations where we should walk around. I mean, I get it. We're kind of in a hurry, and ruffians and all that could be a problem, but it doesn't help if we die. He jerks a finger towards Margaret, whose face contorts with anger.
I don't need to explain myself to you. My journey has already been put off once, and I was promised I could go today. I will be going under any circumstances.
She's willing to die for this. Oh, good lord. She meets Bamele's eyes with a gaze of steel. He starts to speak, and she cuts in.
An extra day or two shouldn't be that much of a problem for you. Whoever you're meeting can surely wait such a tiny amount longer. Patience is a virtue after all.
Okay, Margaret has no idea that we're going to protect people.
The night is only so long, and if we're still on the bridges when the sun comes up, we'll all die as they sink back below the surface. If you don't decide soon, no one will be going.
Okay. The guide is dispassionate stoic. The guide is dispassionate stoic. I would almost feel something's wrong with him if I didn't share the trait myself. But Melee pulls me aside, jaw clenched tight.
That woman isn't armed.
Oh no. His voice is low. He darts a glance at
We
Margaret.
can easily get her to back off if we make this into an actual fight. After all, we have to go tonight, yes? If one of us really is to die, it'll be her. Would staying be a worse fate than her death?
Well, oh no. I stare at the dock, refusing to meet Bamele's eyes, and try to keep my voice as level as possible.
We don't know her situation. This isn't a decision we can make for her.
Oh no.
What?
Bamele leans in closer, apparently having missed what I said. I remove the sympathy for her in my response when I speak
The
again.
guide won't accept something like that, I assume.
Yeah, probably. The moment we try to threaten somebody, I guarantee you the guy will be all like, nah, screw this, man. We're staying here. His face is grim.
Then what else do you have in mind?
First of all, you and I cannot split up. Either we both stay, or we both go.
I say we both go. Like,
Right. That's not a question.
we should just go around. I cross my arms, a hand on my chin. I have full confidence in my abilities and in Bamele's, but there's no reason not to believe the guide knows exactly what he's talking about. If we go, he might not be able to give the group the attention we each deserve. That would mean we truly would be putting Margaret's life at risk on top of our own. Oh god, it's time. I believe we should go.
I believe you.
Mameli's reply is firm. My steadfastness seems almost weak in comparison. Why does my phone keep vibrating? Gosh. Meh. Alright, my steadfastness seems almost weak in comparison to its certainty. He addresses the guide.
We shouldn't waste more time. Let's shove off.
Crap. I should have... I mean, I guess there was no making any other decisions to make. Okay, the guide slowly turns around without even a nod to show his agreement. Margaret stares at Pamela and me, something of a resolve in her gaze. Then she follows after the guide. At least she didn't insist we stay behind.
We should do what we can to protect her. It's our fault she's being put in even further danger.
Oh god, I like now all I want to do is save every character, and the game said I can't. Oh god.
Exactly my thoughts. We will take care of everything. Maybe I'm being naive, but I have no intentions of letting anyone fall victim to this lake tonight. Those monsters can starve.
Fair. If we could make that happen, that would be awesome. I freaking love the music in the background, by the way. He turns to follow the others across. I will protect everyone on this trip. I will. We will make it through this. Then I step onto the dock to join them. Alrighty guys, we're actually going to end this video here. This is just a nice little step right into the game. Honestly, I'm really excited to play more. Seriously, developer, I am going to look you up and I'm going to send you a personal message to say how awesome this game is because I freaking love it so far. If you tell me what you guys think in the comment section down below, or you can tweet at me at Wintercasice on Twitter. There'll be a link in the description. Excuse me. If you guys have any game suggestions for me, please, you can also leave me a message in either one of those places. I'm really excited to play this game, and I really hope you guys share my enthusiasm. But for now, thank you all so much for watching this video. If you liked it, make sure you press down on that like button like there's no tomorrow, and hopefully guys, I'll get to see every single one of you in the next video. So make sure you take care, and you stay frosty.